get all this traced out. Ow. The farmer in.
Liddell.
The farmer in.
Liddell.
Hi-ho, da dirty do, the farmer in.
Liddell.
How do, everybody? We're going to try and get a little bit more work done on the old Snug Bug over there. Let me show you what we've already gotten done. So I was able to get some of the piano hinges, and I also managed to get a cardboard cutout done, and then the backrest for the inside of the sleeping area. It's 1 1/8" plywood that I had left over for some house projects. But I'll take you around back and show you what we got going on back there. The idea is storage and or have a spot that I want to have like a table that comes out to prepare food on or something like that. Because you aren't always going to have like a picnic table or whatnot. So that's one idea. I think what we're going to work on tonight though is going to be up front. We're going to try and get a shelf put across there. You can kind of see where the gray panels stop. It'll kind of take the place of where the dash was, but it'll just be a flat shelf, and then we'll cover up all of the odd shaped stuff and the sheet metal up there, and then probably use spray foam to kind of seal it all up and insulate it just a little bit. So let's get started. Okay, so about the first thing that we're going to have to probably try and do is get some measurements about right here on each side. I think the car is tapered right there, so I want to know that so that when I cut my plywood, or I'm assuming we're going to make it out of plywood, this shelf will be the right width. So 51.5 there. Come on. Yeah, and it's like 50.5 right here. And we're coming back about 7 inches. So, once again, I have misplaced my pencil. I'm going to go find that real quick. I'm going to write it down and remember it and measure it and all that 17 different times. Okay, I found it. I believe what we are looking at was 7 inches back, and it was 51.5 and 50.5. Yeah, 51.5, 50. Writing on wood grain's fun. And a half. All right. Now I've got all these screws already pulled out, so this piece right here will just pop out. I've got it trimmed fairly consistent to about a 1/2 inch back from this leading edge that we need. So I should be able to essentially turn it upside down and just scribe it. We'll make a little bit of a loose cut further out than we need, and then trim it in to fit. Then come back 7 inches from these corners, which will be at 51 or 50.5, and we'll make it go out to 51.5. But anyway, we'll get started on that. I could just let the plywood go to this lip right here, but it's kind of ugly going up. I think this kind of finishes it off a little bit better. It just looks cleaner. And we don't want this to look kind of like it was all hodgepodge together. The end result should be that it looks almost like this was a kit that was offered up or something like that. We don't want it to look necessarily like it was put together in a garage, even though it was. I always try and make things look like that was the way it was supposed to be, not like it's just a bunch of duct tape and baling wire, even though at times that'll get you a long ways. So that's our basic outline. Now we need to come back about a 1/2 inch from it. And I should sharpen this pencil. Good grief. I'm just going to leave this running wild for right now. But we'll get this angle and this angle cut, and then we'll check fit it with our dash piece. fit too bad. A little rough right here. Making little lines to tell me kind of where I need to sand it back. I'm also going to put it on an angle. We're getting better. I think that's getting to where it's pretty good. I didn't measure this to make sure it was square initially, and I think that kind of screwed me up a little bit. 16 3/8 there, 15 1/4 there. So I'm sitting like this, which means my lines are going to be kind of wonky. I really hope this one's going to come out enough. Dang it. I should have squared that up first. I kind of hosed myself now. So I think what I'm going to do is just cut this off and take it in there the way it is. I don't really have a whole lot of other choice, but so that I have a decent cut. I got pretty close on that, but at least now I know that this piece is cut square. Recognize that color? That's the Grimace purple from the duck's coop. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to our channel, look at some of our playlists, check it out. Oh, I knew that. We're too wide right here to hit and right there, so I'm gonna have to put some kind of a line in there. All right, well, here goes nothing. I am just now realizing this whole thing goes downhill too. I wonder. Come in on that side. This side a little bit too. Okay. This is how it all kind of goes, in and out many times. Well, I don't really like the fact that it goes downhill quite so much, but I'm not entirely certain I can do a whole lot about it. I also noticed that the car does do this, so I'm going to go ahead and sand a bit of a taper into the sides here so that on each side they're kind of fitting this contour a little better, because that's keeping me from going up some too. I'm just not sure I can get it to go all the way up. I mean, I guess as long as you're not trying to set something on here, you can't play marbles on there. Beyond that, I guess it's not hurting anything. Anyway, we'll get this trimmed back, I think I'm going to come out about an extra 1/4 of an inch on this side. Yeah, about a 1/4 of an inch on this side and cut it off. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do from here down. I'm going to need to put some kind of paneling right here. Not sure exactly what that'll be yet. And I may have to trim this. There's a part of the car is still right here. I may have to trim that back some too. Time will tell. All right, more trimming. Dead battery. Let's see how this fits. I said I was going to sand these at an angle and I forgot to. Now, I think it'll work out okay just the way it is actually. And then underneath, like I was talking about those little trim pieces, I think I can use those as a spacer or a rest rather. Yeah, I think that'll work out okay. And I've got some 1 inch by 1 inch angle iron that's made out of sheet metal. I'll probably radius this edge right here a little bit so that that sits underneath and sticks up just a tad. That way if you do set something under there, it can come up against and bump against that. And it'll be a clean edge rather than, you know, all the different laminate of the plywood. But anyway, I just got notified that it is dinner time. So we'll set that right there. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Okie dokie. Oh, you're all crooked. It matters, right? Anyway, we are back on Snug Bug. I'm going to do a little more cardboard aided destruction or design, CAD. Anyway, we're going to have to come up with some kind of a filler panel because it's kind of ugly. So I've got this thing started here. It'll just barely go underneath of that, so we'll probably trim down more, but we're just in the rough parts of it here. I've got to just start trimming out for this wheel well, so I'm gonna give it something like that. Oh, on the road there. Yeesh. Okay, now we're hitting up here. Let it come in like that. Oh yeah, a sharper blade makes all the difference. Okay, we're almost up against this edge here, but I'm gonna have to put another one across the front, so I don't think I have to get quite that tight. I don't know if you guys can see this down here, but moving you around. I'm going to use the dash piece as a straight edge here. And we're going to try, I think it'd be easier just to cut it and then tape it together instead of trying to crease it. But the idea is if I can get it to crease, that'd be great, but I don't think we're gonna. Anyway, I'm gonna have to come around the corner because the car is shaped like this, and I'm not gonna get plywood to bend like that. 1/4 inch maybe, but that's not what we're using. Maybe I can take a little wedgie do out of this. I'm asking a lot of cardboard right here. Okay. Let's see if we can get this top part figured out because it's starting to irritate me. They were close. Right up yonder. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, and then we can mark this also right about here is where we no longer need that notch out of it. That needs to be cut just a tad shorter. Yeah, that'll work nicely. Might need to come down a little bit more on the back end here. Oh, I see what we're hitting. Oh. Okay. Bye-bye. Here's the fun part. I can't see what it is I'm having to do. So I got an idea. I'm going to try and mirror image on the other side of this fold. So we need to be about 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/4, almost 2 inches. Well, I can't really hold it and the camera and blah, 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 so you'll have to trust me, but it fits pretty good. Okay, so now I'll trace it like this. Get all this traced out. Ow. And then this little wing right here, that'll have to be another piece of trim that will probably, that could be at a like 1/4 inch or something, because it's just going to be this little bit, and then it'll extend out past the thickness of the plywood, so it's a nice face. And then let's see if it fits on the other side. Walk with me. Oh, we're in the way of the light. Come on. Oh yeah, that'll work nicely. Nice. Anyway, there you are. I'm going to get this done. My battery's about to run out, but we'll see how far we get if I don't come back, or if this was already dead and you're not seeing me. Thanks for watching. God bless.